My name is Belle, and this is the Belle Perspective, and we are here today to review Ready to Love. Let's get into it. Okay, so the episode starts out. Actually, let me first just apologize because I missed episodes 1 through 3. Y'all, I was debating on whether or not I really wanted to review this show, just because I'm over the whole Will Packer, Tommy Miles experience. And y'all just bear with me because I put a little piece of peppermint in my mouth before I started recording, but I didn't want to take it out. It's good. So, I'm over the whole Ready to Love experience, and I just feel like it's giving a huge disservice to Black women. It's a huge disservice to me for Black women, but we're gonna talk about it anyway because I like filming, and I just want to talk trash. I'm just being honest. We're gonna talk. I just want to talk trash. I really do. So I'm pulling up my notes and trying to buy myself some time to hit the highlights because, again, I don't give recaps. So as I was trying to buy myself some time to pull up my notes, let's get into it. It's the 4th episode. Ladies have the power. Tommy has invited them to come to some house. He said it was his, allegedly. We don't know. To have a white party. Now that is one. I'm from Florida. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. So I am very familiar with Miami culture. Miami is kind of like California, where it's its own thing, right? There's Florida and then there's Miami. So very familiar with Miami culture. Very much familiar with Florida lifestyle, right? So anywho, so I'll have some real commentary on this episode and this season. So white parties, again, are like a big thing. Like, in fact, constant in Florida. Black people and white parties. It's a constant thing. Anyway, so I thought that they were going to be doing more dates, but I guess they're trying to do more events in clothes, I guess. I don't know. Because they had already did the pool party, but whatever. Anyway, so Kayla and Randall go on a date. Something about Kayla just, she rubbed me the wrong way, and I'm not sure what it is. She's a bit smug, and I don't know why. And I feel like as the season progresses, I'm going to be able to see the reason why she rubs me the wrong way. She a little bit reminds me of a girl I know that I don't too much care for. That's probably what it is. Just being honest, but there's other things about her. Anyway, so Randall, who I don't think is the most attractive, but the girls love him. The girls love Randall, and I'm so interested to see how he's actually going to interact with all the women, because a lot of women like him, and he comes across as a nice guy. But as we've seen in usual RTL fashion, the nice guys usually are the ones that will have your head spinning, right? In RTL fashion, not in real life, not all the time at least. So Kayla Randall go on a date. Again, it looks kind of dry to me, but I guess whatever. And again, I'm curious to see how he explores his options, because a lot of women like him, and I thought he would be at the bottom. I really did. He does not give me he look like he not kept. Like, he just don't, I don't know. I don't know. He doesn't look kept to me. So anyway. Justice. All right. Let's talk about Justice. Justice is the typical. When I say typical, I mean typical. He is the blueprint for the Florida lifestyle man. Do you hear what I'm saying? He is the blueprint. Hear me what I say. He is the blueprint for heterosexual Black men in Florida. Baby, cheap or broke. Either way. I'm probably leaning more towards the cheap. I'm sorry, broke. And it's just thinks he just got that. He just, baby, he think he honey. He by golden and honey, golden and sweet. That's what he think about himself. Okay, so and I was completely offended, and she should have been too. I would have got up and left. But Jamala, I think Jamala, right? She invites Justice to a dinner. And I'm like, first of all, man, why are you asking him out? Like, if he's interested, but apparently the story is he's not really asking women out. He says he does not want to spend money to take women out on dates to see if he likes them. He said he will take them to a park, a beach. So you mean all the cheap places, all the places that are free? I'm not. And his logic was he wants to focus on one woman and spend his time with one woman. And then he starts kind of going off on a rant saying, I'm the king. I have the kingdom. You have to fit into my sphere. If you don't like it, then you can go. Who hurt you? Who hurt you? Justice? Who hurt you? But even if we found out who hurt you, we still don't want. Like, that is the typical Florida man. He is. What are you doing on the show? Why would you get on a dating show to tell women that you don't want to date, but still want them to be interested in you, and then you don't show interest in them, but then they need to be chasing you? Sir, this is why you're single. This is why you're single, and this is why you're going to stay single. And then the other logic is, again, did you come on this dating show because you're too broke and you'd rather have the show pay for your dates? I'm lost. I'm lost. I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding the logic. It's making zero sense. Zero sense, okay? He's not ready to love, and I'm ready for him to get off the show. I'm tired of him. I just felt like he trivialized dating to just spending money. Are you kidding? Like, how? Okay, so when you have children and you take them places, that's spending money. But it's also creating memories and developing them and showing them different experiences and showing them different perspectives. Like, it's not just spending money, it's teaching them a whole new world. So when you go out on a date with somebody, you're showing them who you are, what you like, what you've experienced, different things like that. You're creating experiences. You can't do that free all the time. Like, that's just, how is that even possible? Stop. Justice, go away from me with this. Again, if anybody is dating in Florida, I feel y'all. I feel for y'all. Cause what's in Florida for real. So okay, so Tommy, they show everybody back at this house. I don't know whose house it is. Tommy brings his boring ass wife. I'm so sorry, Miss Jacqueline, but girl, bore me another day. Okay, some other day, not today. He kind of had her walking around like she was a little bit of a puppy. I was like, she can't walk around herself. Like, she got to hold your hand. She has to hold your hand the whole time. Okay. Anyway, so I just think that their interaction is just corny. Like, I think she was trying to like do like a physical representation of the corny ass jokes that he was. It was just corny. It was corny. I finally Googled how long they had been together. Y'all. I finally Googled when they got married. The rumors are true. 2016. They just got married. And he said he's been with her for 21 years. Do you hear me when I say you got me fucked up? Oh, you got me fucked up. Ooh, you got me fucked up. So fucked up. You got me fucked up if you think I'm gonna wait for 13 years. 13 years? Ooh, you got me fucked up. And that's it. That's all I have to say about that. Yikes. How they're trying to peddle this relationship like it's actual goals when it really isn't, because she actually waited over a decade for him to realize that he wanted to marry her. Okay. But they're supposed to be seeking advice from this lady on the show. Yikes! It's yikes. It's a yikes for me. It's a yikes for me. So, it's a yikes. It's a yikes. So the conversation, I really enjoyed the conversation with Zoe and Charisse. I was really going to write Charisse off and say I hated her. Hated her. But I'm starting to see that she is just a woman who knows what she wants. I'm going to just give that to her for right now. She is still stuck up and very she knows the privilege that her skin tone carries and her racial ambiguity carries, and so she's well aware of that, and she plays the card. Another huge Florida thing, which is, you know, just it's pretty much everywhere. It's everywhere, national in this country, but definitely in places like Miami. So or in Florida in general. So I see that, but I'm starting to kind of like her in some sort of way, because I'm seeing that she is not as vapid as I thought she was. I'm starting to see a little bit different, a different perspective or a different side of her. Zoe, there is depth to him, but I just don't feel like he's opening up like he should, which I understand why. It's a TV show. I don't know. There's an art to opening up, but not at the same time, and he hasn't mastered it. He's just not. So, conversation with Mike and Charisse from the last 2 episodes, where Mike said that Charisse was basically a walking red flag because she didn't have children, and that triggered me. That triggered me because I won't even say dated. I talked to this one guy, and he waited for like 2 or 3 weeks after we were talking to tell me he had 2 children. Now, mind you, I'm child free. I don't have no kids, none of that, right? Educated and got my own stuff, right? He waited almost 2 to 3 weeks before he told me he had kids, and then I was like, what? No, I'm not a baby mama, nor do I want a baby daddy. What? He got so mad. He was so upset. He was like, you know, the fact that you don't have kids, you need to open up your mind and no. And what I thought Mike, okay, so the typical narrative is that black women are baby mamas, right? That's the typical narrative, that black women are baby mamas, and that, you know, a black man can choose whether or not he wants to be in or out of a child's life, right? He has that choice. But women typically can't do that, especially, again, black women being the quote-unquote face of being a baby motherhood. So for a woman who's been able to flip the tables on him, he don't like that. He was completely outraged. Honestly, I felt like Charisse was being honest with him. Listen, you got kids, 5 kids at that. I have no children. I have my own thing going on. That's baggage for me. It literally is baggage. No offense, sir, but you've got baggage, right? But I feel like he got offended because the typical narrative is women having a whole bunch of kids and men being able to be, you know, choosing to be child free, even if he has a child or not, okay? Choosing to be child free, whether or not he has one or not having that burden or that baggage following around him. And so now the tables have turned, and he don't like that, right? Because he went off on her. And I was just like, Mike is a mirror. He is not going to give you who he truly is. Mike is going to reflect back to you who he thinks you want him to be. Whoever is interested in him, that girl, she might want to go the other way. That hear me when I say she might want to go the other way. Mike ain't it. Okay, Shakira. She looks exactly like Moniece Slaughter, and she has that same Moniece Slaughter energy. Y'all remember her from Love and Hip Hop, LA? Fizz baby mama. she looks exactly like Moniece. Very pretty girl, but super sensitive. She wears her heart completely on her sleeve. And here's the thing, there's nothing wrong with wearing your heart on your sleeve. Nothing is wrong with doing that. But this is a game show. This is a place where there's a competitive edge. This is a place where enemies can be made quickly. There are lots of wolves in sheep's clothing. And it's national broadcasted. Like, ma'am, you do not want to constantly be showing all of this vulnerability. There's a way to turn it on and turn it off in certain settings. And this is not the setting to be doing that. And so why share your personal experiences with these women? Like, I wouldn't do that. And it just seems so early on. And maybe because I'm watching and because it's heavily edited, I don't know the time frame. But I will say that it looks like she's sharing her personal experiences at the onset of this competitive game show. Like, no, girl, do not show people your hand. Like, I need you to not do that. And honestly, I don't think she's ready. I feel like there's been a lot of things that she's gone through. And I don't feel like she's able to even talk to anyone without almost... There's like this energy that she pulls where it makes you need to feel sorry for her or feel sad for her. And not that she doesn't deserve the attention or that she doesn't deserve to be loved on and have someone show compassion towards her, but it's almost like it is a paralyzing need, right? Like, you need to be able to stand on your own 2 feet, right? It's nothing wrong with someone supporting you in addition to what you're already doing for yourself, but there is a constant need that I'm feeling from her. Like, she would literally pull your energy out because you're constantly trying to support her. And I literally feel drained when I'm watching her on TV. Literally can feel her like needing you to hold on to her and to listen to her and pay attention. And so when she said, I'm not needy, but I need a lot of attention, or something she said, I was like, yeah, I can. That's exactly the case. And so and Moniece is the same way. Like, you have to listen to her and be more of a therapist. She's looking for a therapist. She's not looking for a relationship or a partner. She needs a therapist. She really needs a therapist. And I think she's so beautiful. I think she needs to take the time to go and seek something. I think I already said I don't like Kayla. Something about her. She has a smug look on her face. This is the same woman who said that women are born to be a man's helpmate. Girl, bye. Anyway, bye. Like that, you've literally reduced yourself down to some sort of tool for someone else to use. Yikes. It's a yikes for me. Like, what's the point of getting education? What's the point of you learning how to do anything if all you're going to reduce yourself to is some sort of mule for some man? Girl, what? What's the point of doing all of that? You might as well have just not gone to school and let your parents sell you off into some arranged marriage so that you can make your family proud, huh? Because that's what it sounds like, girl. Yikes. For it, I don't like Kayla. We'll see more of why I don't like her later on. Looney. Oh my God. Love Looney. Love Looney. She looks like Brandy to me. She looks like the singer Brandy. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. I love her braids. I love her energy. She's super fun. I don't think that she needs to be on the show. I want to protect her at all costs because the trash they brought in, baby, she too good. She's too good for the trash on this show. I think the only man that's halfway decent is Samson, and I'm side-eyeing him just a tad bit because he said he want a black woman. He only wants a black woman because he wants to be with a woman who only knows who's known struggle. Huh? What kind of bunky bullshit? I don't know what that is. We'll talk about it in just a second. But I don't think I think she needs to go home. I think she needs to go ahead and give herself a walking paper. It's because she's entirely too pretty and she's too good for the raggedy ass men on the show. I don't know of any other man that I'm thinking, and I'm going through my Rolodex. It'd be a negative. It will be a 0. 0 zips, not a girl run. Girl, because Tommy about to set y'all asses up. Jacqueline is walking around, Tommy wife, walking around, talking to the people, and they're basically, she's, asking them to, is there any questions that they want to ask about relationships? And I'm like, you are not the person that nobody wants to be asking. What little do they know, she is not the woman that they want to be asking questions from. She waited 13 years, but they won't tell you that. She won't tell you that. Whatever they peddling, I ain't buying. But you know what? Moving on. So we need a real person on the show. Real person. Sorry, because I'm being so disrespectful to this lady. We need another person on the show. A woman, specifically, that will be able to coach the women, because I'm seeing a lot of the chauvinistic characteristics that Tommy possesses. I'm seeing them. There are things that he lets slide with men, but will not allow with women. And it's like, well, wait a minute, he did the same thing. Why? Or he doesn't stand up and say things when he needs to correct a man, but you know what I'm saying? Anyway, we need a woman. We need a woman who's not playing any games, who will really actually hold these men to task. And guide some of these women in some of the things that they're doing that is just insane. Also, just a fun fact that Tommy and his wife met in 1986. Anyway, they were in college. They met in 1986. Now, I don't know if they started dating a couple years after, or 10 years later. I don't know. But baby girl waited 13 years because they just married. They just got married in 2016. How can I yell yikes? Because I really want to yell yikes, but I'm not going to blow your ear off. But yikes. Do you hear what I'm saying? Okay. So the whole elimination thing, I have an issue with. I have a whole issue with the whole elimination thing. Why can't we keep people on the show? Because there are a lot of couples that could potentially be if you give them the opportunity. And I think that there will be enough drama with all the different personalities on the show that will help spark. And I think eliminations, if you are going to eliminate people, let it be kind of like I choose this person and then that person has to be eliminated, if that makes any sense. So each person lines up and they choose that person at the end of the episode or the end of the season. They choose the person that they want, not out of 2 people, but out of the what's available. I don't know. The concept is in my head. I'm not explaining it correctly, but I'm tired of people being eliminated off the show, because there are actual couples that actually can make it, but y'all eliminate them before they can even do anything. Like the whole Swayze and Kadian. Now, I can't say I too much care for Kadian. I don't too much like her like that. And I was side-eyeing Swayze at first because I thought he was just a dumb jock, but he actually isn't. And I respected him a little bit more in this last episode. That's the firefighter. I respected him a little bit more because he was like, I'm not into trying to be dating all these different women. I just want to put my focus on one girl that I like. And that's it. And I can respect that, because it actually looks pretty shady when you're running around in this particular setting. When you have so many different connections, you got 4 or 5 different women or 4 or 5 different men that you're talking to. It looks real shady and it makes you look crazy. So I totally get what Swayze was saying. And yeah, I respect that. Anyway, so I'm hoping neither Kadian or... hopefully I'm pronouncing that girl's name right. Kadian nor Swayze get voted off, because I think it's cute and they like each other. So anyway, Samson is an emotionally evolved man. I can tell that he's been through some things, and typically that's what happens, and that's what forces men to become emotionally involved or evolved. So I appreciate that, right? We always are here for evolution. We're always here for that. Now, what does he classify? Again, he spoke about how he wanted a woman of color, didn't specify black, just said woman of color, which whatever that means, which is fine, because he wants a woman who is familiar with struggle. You want a woman of le struggle? Why? What? And black women or women of color are the only women that you know that are so... Yikes. Yikes to the 9th power. I can't. I can't. I mean, and I can't even say, I'm not even able, I'm not even in the... I don't even have the right to even argue that that's probably not our moniker, but I'm just saying, damn, Samson, you can't think of any other a way to describe a black woman? Yikes! I just, anyway, I just don't want to connect black to struggle. I just don't want. But I guess that's his opinion. I probably wouldn't date someone who says that about black women, about me as a black woman. I wouldn't date. So, yeah, Samson is a no for me. It's a no for me. he's a no for me. Anyway, those are my final thoughts. They left a cliffhanger. They did a cliffhanger on who's gonna get eliminated. It was 3 dudes. Justice tips out early for the party. Tells Jamala to tell everybody. I'm like, yo punk ass, you don't even go and tell everybody that you leaving. You assign it to Jamala. Oh, so Justice need to go. So it's Justice, LJ, who is from Trinidad, who's been really close with Looney, who I love, and I feel like Looney needs to go home because she's too good for the raggedy trash that they brought on this season. They always bring on raggedy trash, and I'm tired of that. I don't want to see that for black women. I really don't. And then Zoe. I think the reasoning was because he doesn't open up enough, which I can see that. He's not open enough, and he needs to be trained on how to open up just enough in this setting, so that he can be vulnerable, but then also learn like when to turn it on, when to turn it off, when too much. Like, he just needs to know that, and I don't think he's mastered that yet. LJ, I haven't read him, or I don't know. I wouldn't personally date him. I wouldn't give him time of day. He'd be cool with me, but I wouldn't give him time of day. He just seemed like he played too much. I don't know. Like he bought games. I don't know. Anyway, so they left a cliffhanger from the show, from the previews for the next episode. Zoe's in that. So obviously Zoe didn't get voted off. I'm praying to God it's Justice, because his ass needs to go. All right. Anyway. I hope you liked my review. My name is Belle. This is the Belle of Perspective. And if you've watched this video all the way to the end like you have, you might as well go ahead and subscribe and be a part of the growing channel. I would really appreciate it. Get down in the comments below and let me know what you think. What do you think about Justice, raggedy ass? Sorry, I already told you my opinion. What do you think about him? Let me know about Tommy and the foolishness that he's peddling. What do you think about the show? Tell me what you think, what your thoughts, what you like, what you didn't like. And I will see you around later.